Good morning. I receive a word, and this is not a word for everybody. It's a specific and a very direct, listen, it's a timely word. Whenever there's a timely word, y'all already know when it's timely, it means like you was about to pray you're praying about something, you're about to do something, and the Lord just spoke to me to give a message to someone. Okay. And I just want to say, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you reach out to that man. Okay? Let me tell you something. When God has someone for you, okay? When God has someone for you, and again, test the spirit. Test the spirit. If this is not your word, don't get defensive and be like, oh, God may tell us to reach out to someone, and test the spirit. You'll know this is your word because you have tested the spirit. You went to God. You prayed to God about it. God told you no already, but you've been tempted to do it. Do not reach out to that man. God is working on your husband. God does not want you always being the one to reach out, always being the one to initiate things. I understand you're excited. And listen, when we hear things pertaining to our kingdom marriage, whether you're a man or a woman, okay, because this can go both ways, right? But in this particular case, someone's trying to reach out to your kingdom husband. But when you are excited about your kingdom marriage, sometimes you tend to want to jump ahead. You want to skip levels. You want to skip steps. You know, God may have your marriage at a level 10, and you may be at level 5 trying to hop over to level 10. And God's like, you have not even went through the trials and tribulations and the tests that you have to go through level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 before you get there. You're not even going to be equipped by the time you get there. You cannot skip levels. You cannot skip and jump steps. There's certain things that you have to do. I have to prepare you to be a wife, or I have to prepare you to be a husband. Just because God says someone is your person, it does not mean that you guys have to get married tomorrow. God may introduce you to your kingdom wife or your kingdom husband just so you know who they are. Therefore, you're not being led astray. You're not being manipulated and tempted by the enemy to fall for counterfeits. Therefore, you know that because God has confirmed it, not once, not twice, but so many times, to where you are not confused, and God is not the author of confusion. You know, God confirms it to protect you. He confirms it so you are not led astray, so you don't end up on the wrong path, right? Because that's what the enemy will try to do. He'll try to lead you astray, lead you away from God's will for your life. You see what I'm saying? So what God will consistently reoccurringly show you things, show you prophecies pertain to both of you guys. So you have that reassurance all the time, like, okay, everything's still in place. Okay, God. So you're not tempted. And this is where patience is needed. Remember something. Ruth did not chase Boaz. Ruth did not look for Boaz. Boaz found Ruth. Boaz pursued Ruth. Yes, Ruth put herself in a position to where Boaz can see her, but that was not the point of her putting herself in that position. The point of her putting herself in that position was she went to work on the field, and Boaz noticed her. And the next time she went around Boaz, she got herself dolled up and got herself together. But he was already pursuing her. He had already found her. He already knew who she was, right? So similar with Esther. Esther did not throw herself at the king. Esther did not say, let me, try to reach out to the king. Let me talk to the king. Esther had to be prepped for 6 months. She had to be prepped for 6 months. She took baths and everything. She had to be prepped. And then it was the king who requested to see her after her preparation. Okay? God wants your husband to lead. And I want you guys to remember something. Just because you know who your person is and they know who you are, and they have not reached out and took the steps and the matters to open that door to, move towards that relationship, it does not mean they're not going to. You have to understand something. God is giving you instructions and God is giving them instructions. The instructions God may give them is they cannot call you, reach out to you, or talk to you until X, Y, and Z are in place. That's how God is. Just like how God will give us instructions and say, hey, I want you to do this, but I don't want you doing it right now. I want you to prep for this. So you need to get X, Y, and Z in order before you do this. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it's the same concept. It's the same concept, okay? So don't try to jump ahead. Let God do what God needs to do. God is going to tell your person when to initiate contact, when to reach out to you, and it's going to be according to God's timing. Okay? The only thing you can do is you can just consistently focus on you, what you need to do, but don't let desperation or don't let worriness or weariness or anything push you into trying to take control of something that God already has control over. Because that means you're not surrendering. That means you're not trusting God. You're not having faith, and you're not allowing God to work on your person. Okay? Let your husband lead. All right? I don't know who this is for, but please don't take it the wrong way. We all went through this. We all went through this. Sometimes we go above and beyond. And when you go above and beyond, sometimes that can push the guy away. That can push the man away. You don't want to do that. A man is meant to lead. He's meant to lead. Let him lead. Let God push him and tell him when it's the time to initiate contact and to lead. Okay? Don't try to control things. Okay? I love you guys. Bye.